welcome along. My name is Virtual Farmer, and this is a brand new series that we're starting today here on Chipping Norton. We are heading to the vehicle shop here to get started. We are starting with 0 money, and this is going to be a fairly limited series. I think we're going to have about 18 episodes before Farming Simulator 25 comes out, but we're starting with 0 money and this old Land Rover that we've got. First up, I want to say a huge thank you to Ichigoat for your support. You've been selected at random from the tractor driver level patrons and YouTube channel members, and your name is on the number plate for our Land Rover for this series. So again, thank you very much for your support from that. And yeah, we're starting with absolutely nothing here on Chipping Norton. So the plan of this series is going to be to try and build ourselves up and get ourselves a farm. We're going to have to work hard to do that. We can't take any loans, and we can lease equipment both for contracts and for ourselves. But yeah, there's absolutely no borrowing of money. And to show this, we've got 0 loan at the moment. We've lost 300,000 today because we have we've got the Land Rover and we have got rid of all the money. So we're starting from absolutely nothing, and we're going to have to pick some contracts to start with. Now, we're running at 6 times on this so that we can get a little bit more done. Now, I should also say we are running with a little slightly different setup. I am running on easy economic difficulty for this time because we do kind of need to in order to actually make enough money in time. We will turn the traffic back on now. We are on single day seasons at the moment. We have seasonal growth on, we have crop destruction, periodic plowing, field stone, and all of that stuff on. The other things, yeah, we've got pretty much everything else off. We've got the trailer fill limit on, and we've got high fuel usage, so fuel is going to cost us a bit more money. All the AI refill stuff is off, and we're good with everything else. Contracts wise, we do have standard rewards and everything for contracts. We're using the better contracts mod here, and we do get discounts for every contract we complete on a field. So choosing the right fields and the right contracts is going to make a difference for us for what we can buy on here as well. With that in mind, we've got our first 6 contracts available to us, and really the only contracts we can do at the moment is plowing contracts. For both of these harvesting contracts, we'd need to hire a worker. I would really like to hit this Field 19 contract, though, maybe over a couple of episodes. We'll see if we can get this today. Same with fertilizing. We need money to buy fertilizer. So we're going to have to kick off with a plowing contract today. We have a Voltra with a plow and a weight on field 36. So we will borrow those items for Richard Miller. And those should be waiting for us over here. Yep. So we're starting off with a Voltra T-Series Versu, a plow and a weight. Let's get this all hooked up, and then we can head off over to, I think it was field 36, and get all of this done. We'll be keeping an eye on the sales in the shop as well, because obviously having a tractor of our own and equipment of our own as quickly as possible will make a difference. But our priority today is very much going to be finding somewhere to live and raising enough money for that. The farm that we buy, or the yards that we buy to get us started, is very much going to be dependent on how much money we can make this first day. And that is why that contract for the vegetables will be very important if we can get to that, because that will make a huge difference to us. Heading past the farm shop there, I have a feeling we may be delivering quite a bit of stuff up to there. Looks a little bit familiar. That I'm sure I've been there before and tried a nice little bit of cider that this area is very nicely known for. And our field that we're upcoming for is field 36, just up here on the right. We want to pull in and get started. Yeah, there it is. There's our entrance. So we'll just pull over here. Lots of land here to work. Oh, and it looks like this field has been left. We've got a withered field of wheat here that needs getting rid of. I can understand why the farmer has requested a plow to get on this. So it's going to be a little while to get this done. Not too bad, though. Let's turn the plow. We'll get this lined up. We'll get our GPS turned on as well. That will be very, very useful for getting this job knocked out fairly quickly. And there's a nice bit of angle to here. So switch over to our plow, drop it down. And yeah, let's get started on this contract. Just gone 10:15, so about halfway through the morning, and we're about a third of the way through this contract. My knowledge of the fields around here is now very much showing. I think that the way I've done this is a little bit more, or made it a little bit more difficult for myself, because this side of the field up here, you can see I've made a bit of a mess because it goes up on quite a big slope. I mean, we're still going across a slope a bit, but the tractor is struggling a little bit as we get to this side of the field, as it just climbs up there and then stops. I'm also not a big fan of the gearbox on this Versu. It is a little bit annoying, to say the least. It changes gear when I don't want it to, and doesn't change gear when I need it to. So I'm not a huge fan of this. We will struggle through with it though, and hopefully get to the end of this field. Nearly halfway through this contract, and I've abandoned the GPS for good old line of sight. I discovered that it tends to get off its GPS line towards the top ends of the field, and it's really pronounced up that top end there. No matter what I do, it seems to be leaving a gap. So we're gonna just sit in cab. We're going to line the side of our bonnet up with the edge of the cut, and I'm hoping that that means we're not going to leave anything behind and get a nice clean plow. Sometimes there is just no substitute for doing it the good old-fashioned way, and not quite relying on all of the modern technology, because the modern technology sometimes fails you. The way the gears act on this tractor is really, really weird. So you can see at the moment it's dropping down. It's obvious that it's struggling, so it's then leaving it and letting it drop right down to nothing before it actually changes down. You can see we're sitting at about 14,000 revs, and then the revs just drop, and the tractor drops down to first gear and tries to pull itself up, rather than it beginning to get a drop and it dropping down to make sure that it can maintain its speed. It just struggles now, switching down to first all the time, going up and up and up, and then switching down to first again. 2:30 in the afternoon, and we're 3/4 of the way through this contract now. It has been slower going than I would have liked, and I do think a lot of it is due down to the very weird gearbox on this tractor. I know I'm talking about this a lot, but it has tended to really be the thing that has held me up today more than anything else. Still, we're going to get about 7 grand for this contract, so it's going to set us off very nicely. We might even have enough time to get a quick fertilizing contract done, but you can see when this contract when this tractor sort of kangaroos about this like this in its gears, it just slows everything down, sits at 4 miles an hour, and causes issues. Hopefully we will be clear of it in the next couple of hours, and might just have enough time left to actually get another contract done. I don't think we're going to have enough to purchase a yard today, so that is going to have to be something we do next time, and we're going to have to go and find a pub or somewhere, and what we'll do is we'll have an overnight charge for that, for staying somewhere, and we just got to go and find it. I think this row should be just enough to finish this off, so it's taken us another hour on top, and it is coming up to 20 past 3. I'm actually quite pleased because we have got rain on the way. I'm hoping that's going to hold off till the evening, so maybe we can go and get a quick fertilizing contract done. We are struggling up this hill again. This is yeah, this tractor, I won't be getting one with this gearbox if one is available, but we should be just about done on this contract. If not, it'll be, there we go, 5% discount for future field purchases from Richard Miller. So was worth doing this, but that has taken a lot of time and a lot of effort to get it done. So let's get this back up to the shop. Now that he's happy with that, we have left a lot of stuff on here, but that is all he has required of us, and then we can get the money in from this and see what else we can do in the time that we have available today. It's got busy up at the shop now. Wow, that is a lot of cars hanging around. Have to take that into account in future. Back up to the shop, and we can just pop in here, drop this off, turn off the beacons, there we go, and oh, let's turn the tractor off as well, and we'll get the contract complete. So results, we have 7,480 minus 445 for the tractor use, so 7,035 from that first contract. And that gets us started off. Now, Richard Miller does have some more contracts for us if we want. Is any of these paying really well? Wow, that one will ultimately pay really poorly and comes with a manure spreader. We want something that comes with just a standard spreader that's worth a fair amount of money. The best fertilizing contract that is solid fertilizer is this one here. Field 45 for Michael Hammond. So I think we're going to take this one on, borrow the items for that. It shouldn't take us very long at all. So let's do that. And that gives us this Breedle spreader and a New Holland tractor with a front weight as well. And we're also going to need some fertilizer to go in that. And we're going to have to get it off a pallet. So, oh, solid fertilizer pallet here, 750 liters. So let's, I'm going to fill this up. So we will buy as much of this as we can. Yes. I think about 3,000 pounds worth should do us. So into the T6, and we'll get this all hooked up. Any fertilizer we don't use, that will be returned, and we will get the money back for that. So that's why I don't mind spending 3 grand on it for a contract like this. We still have 4,000, which is good, and we'll see what we make. So let's load up those 2 pallets of fertilizer. Only going to give us 1,500 liters, but it should be enough for what we need. Field 45 is right down the bottom end here. Oh, wow, this is some fairly tall corn that we're dealing with. It should be all right with this. Let's get the tractor into here. We'll pull in. Let's get our beacons off, and we will start spreading. There we go, and hopefully we can get this covered without too much hassle fairly quickly. It's not going down too fast, which is good news because we only have a limited amount. So some good news, we are over 2/3 of the way through this, and we still have over 2/3 of our fertilizer left. So we're definitely going to have enough on here. In fact, we might have enough to leave a full pallet of fertilizer, which would be good because we would get the 1,400 that we paid for that fertilizer back. And we're now just under, 970. If we can get this whole field done for less than a pallet, that would be a really, really good result here, and possibly allow us to go and do a second one. But time is ticking on, and we'll have to see how we do. It's just coming up to 5 o'clock. We have just over 500 liters left. In fact, we're 97% complete on this contract. So this row should finish it off with any luck. No, not quite. So this row will definitely finish it off. We want to save as much of this as possible because I have an idea. It having gone 5 o'clock, and as soon as we complete this contract, what we'll be able to do is hold on to this bit of kit, and we can go refill it and do another contract with it, and get even more cash in today. And I think if we add, another 3,000 liters. I'm sorry, another 1,500 liters. We should be able to go and do another similarly sized, maybe even slightly larger contract before the end of today. Right, so let's bring this in here, and I'm gonna just buy a couple more pallets of fertilizer. So let's buy those here. This is not the cheapest way for us to buy the fertilizer, but it is a way in which we don't need a front loader or anything to load it up. And I want to try and keep that realistic. So let's load those in. While those are loading up, let's have a look at what fertilizing contracts we've got. We've got cost of material. That might be quite expensive, but would still net us a decent amount. In fact, yeah, it would cost about 3,000, which is what we've got. So that might do quite well. The other one is that, which I'm slightly worried would cost us. We don't have enough fertilizer for. It would be a really good contract though. I think we're going to go for this one. We will accept that contract, and we'll head over to field 14 and get that fertilized. So field 14 is positioned just here. Be able to shoot through this fairly quickly. Yeah, fertilizing 14. Turn it on, and away we go. Yeah, should be more than enough in here to get this job done. As I come to the end of the first headland, the rains, or the heavens have opened, and the rain is falling. It's gonna get muddier, progressively muddier on this field. So now it's really a matter of time before, well, we can't really do anything because the mud gets too much. Let's see, how far are we through this contract? We are coming up on 70% of the way through the contract. So That is really good news. It won't be long until we're finished. We're 96-97% of the way there. I think one more row should do it. It's getting pretty dark, to be honest. Yeah. All right, and we start that. It's back on course. And that should finish things off, I think. Yep, there we go. Contract finished on field 14. And we're now up to a 10% discount for Richard Miller, which is very good news. I want to go and have a look before we finish at who owns the farmyard that we're looking to buy, because that could make a big difference with those discounts. For now, I'm going to open these gates and we'll head back up to the shop and finish off for the day. That is a great start. I am very, very pleased with what we've managed to do today. 3 contracts. I didn't think we were going to get those done with what we had, and as long as that ploughing contract was taking, we can now collect on these 2. So this is going to be quite big. Let's collect on that one and collect on that. That gives us 17,302. And if we have a look at the 2 farmyards that are available on here, that one is going to be 26,862. So I think we could get that next day, especially if we go and do some work for Joshua Sanford. Whereas the other one, which I think is this one here, that is 19,416, and that's owned by Zach Durham. But that is definitely my second choice out of these 2 yards. We'll go and have a look at those next time. And we'll see if we can get some work done for Joshua, because we want to get the price of that yard down. And which one is Joshua? Oh, he doesn't seem to have any work at the moment at all. Don't know what fields he owns, but yeah, he has not got the yards for us. I'm going to go and find somewhere to get out of the rain and for us to stay. But yeah, that is a pretty successful first day. All that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.